Peace to the fam, it's your Crypto King, PUP, and I'm back at it once again, and I'm just here to get you excited about this cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Listen, I have brought some special guests here today, and this is a special interview. Why? Because it taps into the field, that field that I specialize in, And I got another special guest artist that is specialized in this field also. You know what I'm saying? My brother Self Suffice is about to help me do this interview with
Crypto
Joel.
Facts.
What do you call yourself? DJ
Deadly Buda.
Deadly Buda. And he is the chief ambassador of Musicoin. Musicoin is a decentralized system for publication and consumption of music, which combines a cutting-edge cryptocurrency to a peer-to-peer file sharing network. Musicoin allows musicians to license their content as a coded contract directly on a decentralized database called a blockchain. Woo! Give it up. Let's go. Welcome, my special guest.
Coming at you. 2018. Here we go.
Yes. I'm like I said, I'm pleased to have both of you here. Y'all specialize in this field, that I've been always wanting to talk about when it comes down to blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. If you look on my channel, you see I've done plenty of crypto songs. I got a couple dash songs. Absolutely. I got crypto freestyles.
Yes, you have.
So I've always displayed that I'm bringing hip hop to crypto. So this is a great opportunity now to highlight a platform that is connecting the two and that is up and running where, I have my music already uploaded. My brother Self Suffice have his music uploaded. And now any questions that we have about this platform, we got DJ Deadly Buda right here to answer them.
Here we go. I'm ready for you. Bring it all on, everyone. We're throwing down today. Bring your questions, bring your complaints, bring your accolades. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Hey, as you see, family, I'm doing something different, right? Because usually I do the green screen, but I had to, this is about music. I had to show the family I'm actually working out of the studio.
Is that the green screen in the background there?
Right there. Pushed it over to the side, man. I gotta show off the stew, we gotta show off the stew.
Wow.
Oh.
We does this. We really does this. So
really
I'm excited, man. So Joel, DJ Deadly Buda, break it down to the family who don't know, who is not familiar with the platform, how long you've been launched, how long it's been running. Give us an overview of Musicoin, and then we're going to dive into the nitty gritty.
All right. First, let me take a sip of my bulletproof coffee here. And all right, I'm ready to go. So Musicoin, I guess you could say went live as far as people being able to upload their music and other people being able to listen to it on February 11th of 2017. So not too long ago, actually, less than a year ago. And in that time, we now have over 2,000 verified musicians. We have over 20,000 users, that have accounts. I think there's been over 450,000 plays. And actually that number is a lot higher because like in the early part, when we were just starting, there was like some technical issues. And I think actually, even though the people got their music coins for their plays, there's probably like 1 million plays that people, had at that time that we had to like discount as we switched I think it was like there was a hard fork, and then so we just had to But, you know, that kind of stuff happens in the early days. But since that time, there's been, so it's averaging out that there's about over 1,000 plays a day. That's not too bad, you know, and we are one of the few, I think we're the only music cryptocurrency that streams. There have been music cryptos in the past where you could say download, you know, download the song and you paid, like Audiocoin did that. There's been other smaller, usually script-based coins for people who follow their algorithms. You know, usually for whatever reason, these other early coins like Metal Musicoin, Songcoin, and I think Audiocoin was like this. They were based on the script, it's the script algorithm, and so the smart contract functionality wasn't there. Musicoin, the advantage is that when someone plays your song, you get that Musicoin right away. And then you can also split it, say with band members, managers, PR people.
Yes.
Split that instantly.
Do y'all understand how exciting that is? Do you understand that on most platforms you gotta contact lawyers and publishers and go through 5 different companies and people that have nothing to do with the music? And this is one of the points, and I'm stopping you here for a reason because I want to emphasize this. I think it's one of those features that people might not realize how amazing it is, especially for hip hop, especially in collaborative art forms, where we always are being penalized for collaborating with people. Well, this is what we would say, just the simplest way possible for me and Pup to do a track right now today, and then say, well, we can just say 50% goes to you, 50% goes to me, or maybe, you know, 30% goes to you, 30% goes to me, 30% goes to the producer. And we don't have to do a bunch of complicated other stuff and go through middlemen. So again, it's taking that concept that people are excited about in the financial industry, but people aren't realizing this actually affects our music and how we have our relationships and do business. It's been so weird for artists to have to go through other people all the times when their collaborators right there and just wants to say, hey, you take 50%, I'll take 50%, or I'll take 25, you take 75. And if we decide to change our minds the next day, we can log right in, click a couple buttons, like literally, I can click a couple buttons, change the percentage between me and Pup's collaboration, and that's it.
Yeah, you said it better than I ever could, actually. There is, you know, there's always a catch though. And so I want to make people aware of what the catch is. Right now, on Musicoin, you have to upload original music, okay? Like you can't do a cover song, and you can't do samples unless they're cleared samples or unless they're royalty-free samples.
Right.
And the reason that is because on Musicoin, the creators are validating that they own 100% of that track. They are the rights holders to that track. So we literally, because, you know, let's face it, the existing music industry is encased and held hostage by a bureaucracy that's gone out of control. And you can't blame one person. You can't blame one thing. Yeah, you can maybe blame the structures that have built off the complexity of the existing system. What we have is like hundreds of years ago, they made copyright laws for the technology of that time. And since then, that has like built up its own legal system, its own copyright system. It's built up a bureaucracy.
Absolutely. And
so
just
we
knowing what that,
avoid that bureaucracy. What?
That just knowing what that business model is inherently tells you not to collaborate. Inherently tells you to be scared. Now,
you have to be worried about being sued every time you make something.
Absolutely.
I literally just went through that. I literally just started writing a song and come to find out that the sample that was on it was an old Quincy Jones sample. And you know Quincy Jones will come up after you if you put something out.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Now, on other platforms like Facebook or SoundCloud or whatever right now, since they're so huge, people can kind of get away with that on those other platforms, right? And because they'll have like licensing agreements and this and that and the other thing. But what's the one interesting thing about that? No one's making any money on that, okay? And that's because when you get through all those layers of bureaucracy, the energy is just dissipated. You know, we're trying to promote creativity here, but because of like, I don't know, is it 200 years? I didn't add it up, but it's over 100 years. Like this bureaucracy being built up.
It's time for a change.
So one of the things like maybe
Musicoin is bringing it. And I want to highlight, because we're kind of, it might seem like we're harping on that negative part or whatever. I want to point out that the only reason we're talking about this has a solution to a lot of things. It's not a panacea. It's still very new, but it has a solution already just to the way we think. For instance, we talked about how we inherently feel as artists on other platforms, the fear, we're going to go all get Casio keyboards and make beats like this because we can't reach out to each other without going through 5 different legal teams. Well, if you see my music on Musicoin, I'm saying if you don't even know me today, you watch this on YouTube, you don't know me, you know I'm on Musicoin, Rapoet, Self Suffice, right? You know I'm on a platform that makes it easy for me to collaborate with you.
Right.
So hold that thought right there. You don't even know me, but you know 2 things. One, I'm on a platform that makes it easy for me to collaborate with you and share revenue with you. And 2, you know that I must be hip to this and an early adopter who's interested in these things if I'm already on this platform before it's gone super mainstream, right? So now if I am there, you don't have to worry too much about the sampling because you just need to send me a comment. I'm probably going to be on that board. If not today, then tomorrow, I'm going to be on that board. And I'm going to say, oh, you want to take that verse and put it on your beat? And I'll probably get right back to you. You know that just because I'm on this blockchain technology platform that has simple to do contracts. Vice versa. I know if I see a producer on there, I don't have to like try to, like you said, steal their beat and worry if I'll get lost because it's big. And hopefully I know I can probably reach out, contact this producer, as I have already in the first couple days, and say, yo, I'm playing you on my playlist. You know, I've been playing you all day. You're dope. What can I rack on some of your beats? Can we do a collab? And if they say yes, it's not a sacrifice for them. It's saying, cool, because you're just going to send me 50% in the contract and I'm going to get 50%, or maybe I'll give them 75, but the revenue will be instantly decided.
Right.
Check this out. This is what we're working on right now. If anyone wants to see the genesis of this, go to musicoin.dj. There we have our DJ.
Hold on, let's say musicoin.dj.
Yes.
Musicoin.dj. And that shows you the genesis.
This shows the genesis of our DJ mix and remix policy. What we're trying to do here is we're setting down guidelines so that eventually we're making a system where no one has to even ask for permission. When you upload your tracks to Musicoin, what we're working on right as we speak is that you press a checkbox and you say, I authorize my tracks for remix.
Yeah.
And then there is a set percentage. And what that is right now is that in the DJ mix, the DJ gets 40%. All the tracks in the mix split up the remaining 60%. Song remixes are going to be at the same ratio. Now that ratio might change depending on what people say, oh, maybe the DJ is getting too much or he's not getting enough. But I tested this out by doing what you described a few months ago. I sent comments to everyone whose tracks I like. I said, hey, can I use your track in the mix? I'm going to give you part of the 60%. And they said, yeah, that sounds good. So I made the first DJ mix that enabled blockchain or that used blockchain contracts. So that now it's called Rock the Blockchain. If you go to my profile, you can hear that DJ mix. And every time you play that, I get 40% of the Musicoin, 60% is split up between all the tracks. And so we want to make it so that no one even has to think about like what percentage it is or whatever. You don't have to do any negotiation. It's just like, bam, you know, you're getting 40% of that. Because there's a couple things about that. Like, have you ever like used a sample and you're like, geez, how am I going to get in touch? Or you're waiting like for weeks, and then you get someone who has like some intern, you know, at like some music company who doesn't know what the heck's going on, is like, well, if you pay us $20,000, you can use it. And you're like, oh, well.
It totally just stop the whole flow. And what's amazing about this is often the creative process happens in that flow state when you're in the zone. So you want to hear that, put it in there. It's the thing, like MLK Day, for instance, right? I just tried to make an MLK Day playlist and I posted on the forum for other artists who were had something about Martin Luther King Jr., right? When you're in that zone as a creator, to be able to just reach out and express yourself while helping other people express themselves. Again, this is why I'm lit about Musicoin, because it's not just another cryptocurrency or another blockchain. It speaks to how we actually operate as artists. And I want to say this too, I hope it's not too much of a tangent, but people ask why Musicoin is sustainable, because it's not necessarily a coin that's like going to 100,000 or something overnight, nor would it really make sense to, because we're trying to pay artists per streams, I think. So I tell people I love that about it, right? Because as a trader, if it goes up 4 cents, I'm doubling what I hold, okay? If Bitcoin, no shade to anyone, but if a lot of these coins go up 4 cents or even $400, you pretty much, you went up 4 cents. This goes up 4 cents, you went double whatever you had in, okay? So it isn't bad from a trading perspective. However, from integrity, from a proof of work perspective, from a proof of concept perspective, from what is blockchain about besides just investors and greed perspective, this is one of those coins that shows you it's creating a sustainable ecosystem. People want to be on here all the time, not just to watch the value go up and down, but to collaborate with other artists. And that's starting to make people think, in my mind, what the potential blockchain really is, besides just something that people are pumping and dumping their money with.
Right. And you know what? I actually want to bring it too, because we've highlighted so much that this platform can do for the artists and also now DJs in a sense, right? We've highlighted those aspects, but I also want to tap into how does it benefit the listeners? You know, if you could break down as a listener, why do I want to stop streaming? Yes, I do want to support my favorite artists, but so in my mind, I'm supporting my favorite artists every time I listen to them on Pandora and Spotify and all that. I don't know anything about the numbers. I don't know anything about that as an artist. I mean, as a fan. As a fan.
Spotify.
So as a fan,
Spotify's less than Tidal, Google, and all of them.
No. As a fan, I don't know that. But as a fan, as a listener, I don't know that. As a listener, I don't look into it.
Okay, so who wants to take a stab at this first? Self Suffice. Do you want to answer that, or I can answer that? It depends. Are you feeling it?
Well, I'll go in as a non-professional, you know, independent artist who's out here. Like in a few minutes, I got to bounce anyway to go do a workshop and try to pay independent, right? So I've been on Spotify and Google and teaching courses on music and doing whatever artists do independently to make a living, right? So I'm very familiar and nerdily into the research about what they're paying out. And Musicoin's rate was 35 times Spotify and even more multiples times Pandora. Now, that's not to make it about money or get people's expectations.
How about a couple of days ago when you were getting 12 cents per stream?
Yeah.
That's
today it's only 4, but
okay. Let me de-nerditize this for anybody watching who's saying, what does that mean? Okay, I might have a couple days ago got 1,000 plays on Spotify, right? Or any one of these, but I'm just saying a particular site that I really love. I love its playlist and I love its functionality, but I get 1,000 plays and people go, wow, you got 1,000 plays. And I'm like, yeah, I got 1,000 plays. I got about $2.
Yeah.
Okay. On this platform, Musicoin, a couple days ago, I might get $100, 100 plays, and someone goes, oh, you only got 100 plays? Yeah, I got $7. I got $7. If I got 1,000 plays, I got $70 compared to the $2. And like Buddha said, that's not even counting, pardon me, sorry for that noise. That's not even counting the actual highs. I just gave an average between 12 and 5, okay?
Yeah. Well, I want to bring it back to your question about the listener, Pup. I mean, okay, first of all, right off the bat, listening is free, but let's face it, you already get that on SoundCloud. Okay. The next thing you do is you are taking place in a new economy, taking part in the new economy. For the people that don't understand that yet, and most people won't get it yet, but the way Musicoin is currently set up, we shifted a couple months ago to what's called UBI, Universal Basic Income. What that means is that every time a listener plays a song, that triggers the pool of Musicoins to pay the musician. That pool of Musicoins is made by the miners or the public. Basically, it's anyone with a video card can mine Musicoin, and 15%.
I'm about to go get a desktop, by the way, y'all. Just because people been mining for years and I was just good with my laptop. I'm about to go get a desktop and start mining.
Yeah, you gotta get a 1060 GTX. Anyway, all right. So the thing is by being a part in that being a part of that economic transaction, you have like 3 people in that economic transaction. That creates stability and faith in Musicoin as a unit of exchange. Okay. So when the listener actually gets Musicoin themselves, they benefit from having an alternative economic system that they can take part in. I mean, it's obvious that.
But what about the advertisements in between tracks?
Well, there are no advertisements in between tracks on music.
What?
Yeah, I know.
What?
So there is taking part in a different economy, which is helpful. If you've ever had to take part in your local national economy, you've probably said, oh, wow, I'm getting ripped off. So, so there is a benefit to that. There is a benefit to the Musicoin actually going up in value. And the other thing, and I think the biggest thing for the listener, is that for the listener, they get better music. I mean, what's happening is when we're removing the blocks to creativity, I mean, we're not just making it easier to make music. We're not making it easier for musicians. In a lot of ways, we're making it easier for everybody. Because when a human goes into his or her environment, they start messing around with stuff. They start making things. right? You know, it's not normal. A caveman doesn't go, oh, okay, you know, I'm gonna put this rock on top of another rock, but wait a second, I gotta ask about 4 or 5 people over here if that's okay.
Now we're excited to create.
Like, so we're making better music for people to listen to.
Right.
Ultimately, and that's one of the things about the platform is like, you know, we are encouraging pure creativity right now. And so I think that's the #1 benefit to the listener, better stuff.
Is there down the line, maybe down the line, a way that listeners can earn music coins?
Yeah, that's on the roadmap. I think that's on the roadmap, where we get into something called proof of sharing.
Okay.
Which is, it's a little bit different than what you might think. It's not, can you share this on Twitter or Facebook, which, by the way, you can embed Twitter streams right now by sharing them. But it's, I can't like disclose too many details about it because, I mean, when people find out about what it really means, like, it'll go, hey, I can't drop it right now. But let's suffice it to say,
but down the line,
it's coming soon, and it's a little bit more revolutionary than the name implies.
So to add that, look, what you did was put the icing on the cake after saying that, you know, it's free. You into this new economy. You know, you're supporting this whole new revolution of it, and you're getting better music. But at the same time, in the future, you also there might be a little incentivization with proof of share concepts being implemented for listeners. So that's, like you said, that is just the icing on the cake with it.
Well, right, because like one of the big goals of Musicoin is we want people to make a living making music, but we also want people to make a living just listening to music. Yeah. You know, with all this technology in the world, people are working too much and not partying enough. You know,
that's a beautiful metaphor, man, because when you think about mining, if you try to explain what mining is to a lot of people, mining is letting your computer do something that you don't understand, right?
Right.
But what about listening to music? When you're listening to music, you can be doing work or whatever you're doing when you're mining, but you're not necessarily having to have your brain all into it, right? You get your playlist, you get your artist, you put up your queue, you're listening to your music. It's a very similar concept to mining, except people are getting paid to mine, which is basically, for most platforms, just to have their computer doing something. Whereas when you're listening to music, your computer is adding on to the blockchain, but you're actually enjoying it. So I think it helps us appreciate the listener, not just as, you know, a fan, but as someone who's actually contributing to the integrity of the blockchain and how the coins actually.
Yeah, that's 100% on point, because here's what it is. Everyone talks about music piracy, right?
Right.
Like they say that the person listening to the music, they're stealing this music.
That's
when the
so crazy.
Bitcoin system, no, the listener, we say they're doing work. They're going out, they're making a playlist, they're finding the tracks they like. They are identifying where that Musicoin goes in the economy. So in some ways, you could say Musicoin like almost has solved the question of music piracy. I won't go so far to say that, but I'll hint at it, because what's happening is we're not looking at the listener as some kind of like pirate or criminal, you know. We're not trying to, they are an active part of the system.
You know, it's funny, and I think a lot of musicians will relate to this when they're first starting out and first of their crowd. And when I coach artists and they're first performing, when we have people clap for them, they do this. And you could be saying, we love you, we're clapping for you, but they're just not used to it. It's an immature response. And after you perform more, you start to appreciate and let people clap for you. Well, I feel like the music industry is that immature response. People are listening to us and playing us and making playlists like back in the days they used to make cassettes and mixtapes. And that meant you were dope if you were on a lot of mixtapes. But now this immature kind of industry that we're stepping beyond is still in that mode of saying, someone's playing me without telling me, someone's liking me behind my back. Like, it's the dumbest, it's just very immature. So I gotta bounce because I do have to go do this hip hop workshop, rap poetry. But I have 2 questions for you on the way out. One is, you mentioned the DJ concept. Is there any possibility in the future of a system where people put instrumentals and acapellas up in a way where that can be up for matching? So they can say when they sign it up, this is available for collabing. Put this on your verse.
Yeah, we're working on making exactly that happen, because one of the things about the whole copyright thing is, as you know, and I produce music, you produce music. We really want to make like people like loop masters and stuff like royalty-free sound libraries, I think will benefit greatly from the Musicoin system. My buddy Lenny, he runs industrial strength samples, and I really hope, I keep pushing them like, hey, you got to get on this thing, right? Oh, and so we're really trying to make that happen. Right now, we got to figure out where they're going to download them from. We're talking about having downloads on Musicoin, but it's like there's so many technical details we're working on right now that, like, us actually enabling the downloads ourselves, it's probably going to take I can't give any kind of reasonable timeline for that, but it's something we really want to happen. So we get more good developers. Attention, developers, please get to us.
Alert.
I've been developing a little just on the forums. I've been doing these little playlists. But I love that. It's so blockchainy. Like, I put up this little beta playlist thing, and like no one like dissed me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a professional coder, but people are like, oh, this is cool, man. Like, share your template with me and we'll mess with it.
Speaking of playlists, when will there be, the feature for us to create a playlist or like upload maybe a whole album, together? Because I see that they're all separate tracks right now.
We wanted to have that ready by the end of January. However, I don't think it's going to get done that fast. We're having like a little some problems with the new wallet. We just released Wallet 08, and so there's been some bumps with that.
Priorities.
So we're locking down, the technical priorities first, and so but that has been. They've been working on that like for months now, so it's coming.
In the meantime, check the forums, check out my little JavaScript version, and also if you go to Rapoet.com, I have embedded my Java thing. Obviously, it's still quirky and stuff like that, but it just shows you that once the developers are through with the priorities, which obviously you want to be able to access your wallet in exchange, right? So that is a priority, but it just shows you like kind of a proof of concept that's going to come down. But I got so many questions. The main thing I just want to say is this is using blockchain in a way that people realize it's not just recreating one of these other platforms. It's actually exploring some of the things that these other platforms couldn't do. And so once you get into it, you'll forgive a little bit of maybe it's not loading exactly quick every single time you play, right? But there's no advertisements, okay? You're gonna start liking seeing that UBI thing. You're gonna start liking seeing that if you're a verified artist who's committing to the system, that UBI covers you more than if you're unverified. So it's worth getting on the forums, making sure you get verified, connecting to the community, instead of just asking, why isn't this like some other platform that I did before? Start asking yourself, why isn't this like some other platform? What can we do differently? And every time I ask that, I've been excited. I'm so glad to have been on this call with y'all. I'll see you on the site, Musicoin. And I'm gonna hold on to some of these coins, man, and watch it grow, not just like these coins do on the crypto reports, but I'm gonna watch our idea of what it means to exchange music, bro.
Facts.
Yeah.
Man, that's it right there, man. We appreciate you coming on with us, man. We knew you was gonna bring it.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Nice.
Talk to y'all soon.
All right.
Peace.
All right.
So one of the things that I do want to also ask about about some of the kinks that you guys are working out also is the embed. Like I was saying, there was like some issues with the playback. He just mentioned it. Are you guys familiar with the playback being an issue?
Well, it's funny. As far as playback on the site, for me, I'm running the Windows 7 64-bit, and I usually use Firefox or Chrome.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't really have any delay when I press play on the site. Now, however, I did notice on the Twitter embeds, for people that don't know, people can share Musicoin tracks on Twitter. And when you press play, it pays the musician just like if it was on musicoin.org,
Right.
So I think that's huge. But lately there has been, and it just appeared kind of out of nowhere, there was like a 1.5, 2 second delay between pressing play and you hearing the song.
Yes.
And at this point, we're not 100% sure why that is. We've been working on it night and day. And one of the things we suspect is there's been this memory leak with Intel processors that maybe some of the viewers might know about.
Okay.
We're thinking maybe that's a suspect in it. And because everything's running slower, not just for us, it's for a lot of people. So
okay.
I don't know. I can't really say exactly why that is right now, but it's like we've been working on it.
I mean, it's working fine on the desktop. It's just when I try to do it on the mobile, from the mobile, that's when it gives me a message saying that it's enable to let's see, I'll just show you right here. It says enable the video audio not to be loaded either because the server or network failed or because the format is not supported. Now that's a screenshot of what I get when I try to press play from my mobile on the website.
Right.
I mean from the embed, like, so from just trying to play, how when you go to share your song,
right,
and when you press share, you're able to take the embed and then put it onto your website.
Yeah.
That playback is having issues on mobile.
Yeah, actually, we've had a lot of problems with mobile through the course of the last 9 months. And the reason being is that, we just came out February 2017, guys. Okay. I mean, cut us a break, all right? Because we're running as fast as we can, but we have to lock down the basic computer first, even though everyone's on mobile. In a development phase, you gotta do it on the computer first, and then you kind of, you can't program on a mobile. I mean, you can, but it's it's not fun for anyone. And so it's just
a part of the development process.
It's part of the development process. It's a known problem. I mean, it's Twitter embeds. It's been playing fine in Twitter. I have an Android. I have a Galaxy, and an S5, and I am able to play a Twitter embed no problem. There's a little delay, but I'm able to play it. Now, when I go to the Musicoin site, it's been hit and miss. So What it is, it's just one of those kinks that's going to get worked out. The more people we have working on it, and we're getting new people all the time. This spike in price recently has enabled more interest in us, frankly, and
that's always good. That's always good.
Yeah.
Well, that actually is a great segue into my next question as we tackled some of these technical questions. What drives up the price, or what drives it up and down, for a coin like this? You have other cryptocurrencies where you can tell, certain news drives it up, the amount of people that comes in and gets involved drives it up. They have large investors that come in and drive it up and things of that nature. So what is the works behind it that's helping the coin get the price of the coin drives up or down?
Well, honestly, not a lot of effort has been put into driving the price up or doing much of anything about the price in the last year. The idea of the coin and the blockchain was to make a music ecosystem that people actually use. And one of the reasons we switched to sort of the three-way agreement between the miner, the listener, and the player was because we saw, Musicoin went up to like 4 cents like back in the summer, and people stopped playing music. It was like, they're like, no, I'm holding on to this until it gets to be 7 cents, So that's why Isaac Mao, he's the founder, and I guess you could say the chief visionary of Musicoin. He kind of went on the drawing board and he said, okay, we're going to do UBI, and we're going to sort of peg plays to a certain amount. Like right now, it's still low enough that it's at 1 Musicoin, but that could, that could change.
That probably will have to change. I mean, if Musicoin was to go up to $10 per coin, you still have to have a figure that's reasonable to be able to pay out, because it has to be sustainable. And you guys are taking the approach of saying we have this reserve, but in order to have this reserve, it has to be calculated so it's sustainable.
Right. Yeah. And so like there is some news that like drives the price up. Like when we got 1,500 verified musicians, that was exciting to people.
Or how about the I read something about a Musicoin speaker.
Yeah, that announcement, we're not sure if people just weren't excited about it because our price dropped after that. And I think if we look back, a lot of it had to do with the general downturn in crypto.
Right.
But I think
like today too, because today you see every coin is down like 20%, including Musicoin right now. So I mean, I see it's going right along with the crypto space.
Right. Yeah. But I think too, the people that were getting into, there was an announcement, which we have mixed feelings about whether announced announcements are a good idea. But we had talked about it, so we went ahead with it that day. And I mean, I thought it was really cool news. But
I think so too.
Yeah, but the thing
That's why I brought it up.
is that all the pumpers and dumpers on Telegram, they were saying like, oh, they're signing a deal with Apple, or or Taylor Swift is signing up, and okay, like none of that stuff is out of the realm of possibility. I'm not going to say, but a hardware announcement is a cool announcement, but these were young kids who wanted to like just pump and dump the price. They weren't music fans. They were crypto pumpers. And in one hand, it was kind of good. Space, right? Yeah, it got the news out about Musicoin. So obviously I had friends who, like I talked about Musicoin like 6 months ago, and they never got back to me about it. And then they were calling me out of the blue. I guess these pumpers put the word out like huge, because I had people calling me up on the phone like, hey, can you tell me what that new announcement is going to be? I was just like, I was just like, well, no, I can't really tell you, but so that.
So another question. I'm sorry to cut you off. But another question was from the audience that I have coming in, and they're asking, number one, does Musicoin has a Steam It account?
A what?
Do you have a Steam It account? Yeah.
Musicoin doesn't have an official Steam account.
Okay, that was just one question. Then another question is, what about new exchanges? Will the coin be on new exchanges anytime soon? You know, a lot of people are having trouble with Bittrex, you know, and Cointopia, some say, is very unreliable. So, you know, we having a mixed feelings about the exchanges. So what exchanges may be coming down the pike? Or
well, there's two bits of news about that. I think that it seems to be from getting the pulse of the community. Everyone wants us to apply to Binance. So I guess that is, that's the next goal. I don't know if Binance is going to put us on there, but
I mean, it's not a bad move. And hey, Binance look like they've been very open to, you know, all of the coins, especially ones that are you know, more new, that gains traction, are looking to gain more traction. So
right,
I think that's a good move.
Yeah, so that's I think that's one of the big ones we want to hit. And yeah, there's other ones that we're applying to them, and it's just a matter of time to get on there. It's you know, we were perfectly happy with Bittrex and Cryptopia until now, so I guess, but things change and we have to change with them. So,
right. You know, some people are now saying in the chat, Binance, yes.
Yeah, everyone loves them. So I guess like that seems to be, you know, we should go with the love, I guess. And the other thing is we're working on having like sort of a fiat on-ramp. Okay. Because one of the things is being tied to the price of Bitcoin all the time. Like in this situation, it drags us down. Right. You know, I think, you know, Musicoin right now is at like 4 cents or something, which, yes. Yeah, okay, hey, that's pretty good. But, you know, it was at 10 cents just days ago.
So what would be stable? What would be a stabilized price for Musicoin?
Well, we hope.
Obviously, this is a very speculative question.
Yeah,
you know,
this is speculative.
In your vision, in Musicoin's vision, like just the vision.
Well, our goal really is like we're really working our tails off to get a stabilized 10 cents by March. Like that's something we're really trying for. And over the course of a year or two, we really want to get it to $1. After that, we kind of see it at like maybe $100 over 5 years. Now, these are all speculations. These are what we want to happen.
Right.
And we want that to happen to reward the early adopters. We need our people to be self-sufficient, you know? Right. And so this is what we hope for. This is what we're working for. Will we get there? I don't know. You know, all I know is you can see that we've made real things happen, unlike a lot of other music-related cryptocurrencies, and unlike a lot of cryptocurrencies in the top 100 in general. I mean, yes. We've been concentrating on real things and facts. Yes, and so we are
show and prove concept.
Yeah, we are attracting people who are into real things and facts. You know, so these giant, it's like these pumpers that came on, you know, right before that announcement. Honestly, it's not like we're turning anyone away, but that impetus is not 100% what we're looking for to have a stable platform in cryptocurrency and a stable environment. You know, we want it to gradually go up in a reasonable fashion. You know, we don't want people promising crazy things. You know, there's people getting on there saying, oh, you know, I know this is going to go to the moon because I think it's going to be this. Well, they had no, I like the speculation. I like envisioning things, but like hooking people on that kind of thing is not cool, you know?
Yes, yes, yes,
And,
yes.
you know, so when I make announcements about facts, you know,
Yes, yes.
1,500 verified musicians, fact. You can,
And I'm one of them.
yeah, and you can embed it on Twitter, fact. You know, those are like announcements that I like to do.
Speaking
So
of that right here,
all
family,
right.
you can actually check it out and see the Musicoin. It says in beta. Can you explain what it means to be in beta to the family who don't know? You know, and as we take a look at the website.
Right, yeah. Well, being in beta basically means that we're not finished with the final product yet. Essentially, that means what we're talking about today. You have these questions about like, well, the wallet doesn't seem to be working. The site's kind of slow, the blah, 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 blah. That's what it means to be in beta, is that these things are being worked out and they're being perfected.
As we are watching the screen right now, the numbers are continuing to rise. So I just earned 2 MC coins right now as we are looking at my screen, my profile.
Right.
So that's very exciting, because that means that my music is being streamed right now. Now, as you see, family, it says 295 right here, MC today. And this is my main profile page. Up here in the top right corner is my wallet. Now, what is the difference between this main profile page price number and the number up here?
Okay, let's see. I'm kind of afraid to go online because I don't want to knock out our video stream. But so I'm looking at your thing. Okay, so you're saying, what's the difference between the number here, the 295 MC, and maybe the number that you see internally on your profile?
Yes.
Okay, well, internally in your profile, you see all the music coins you have. So if someone sent you some music coins or you're mining to that wallet, you'll see all your music coins. That 295 is just publicly how many people tipped you or played you.
Okay, perfect. That's another question that I had to get clear on from the platform, because you know it shows 2 different numbers and this number can keep going up. Now, does this number go into the main wallet at some point in time?
That goes into the main wallet right away.
Right away. Okay.
Yeah, every time someone plays your track, you get credited that music coin instant. Well, yeah, there's a couple seconds delay because of the blockchain, but yeah, you could say it's instant. You know, arguably instant. You know, yes. 2 seconds, 3 seconds. I don't know where you want to put instant at, but
no doubt. Perfect. So I just wanted to be able to show the family this is the platform. It's up and running. I have my whole entire The Battle to Know Thyself album is uploaded on here. Also, my new single, Zombies, which now we're going to run on a campaign next week, where if we get it up to a certain amount of plays, we will release the music video that I have done for the Zombies that no one has seen at all. So it's going to be on Musicoin's platform if we release it. It's all up to the Musicoin platform. As you see, family, as I've been here, I've earned 3 music coins just from being on and showing you the platform. So it's instant. People are listening right now and it's instant. This is an exciting time to be in right now when you have blockchain technology taking over so many different industries, you know, especially an industry that me and you, all of my creators out there that are very well versed in and definitely been looking to needs a way to live off of their skills and their creativity. This so far it's looking like the platform that's running it up. That's the runner up for it.
Oh yeah. Thank you for your belief, Pup, man. I really, you know, it's like we worked really hard, and it's really gratifying to anyone involved with Musicoin when people recognize what we do. Because, like I said, you know, we don't like jump up and down and say, hey, you know, here we are, blah 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 blah. We just go out and we do the thing, and that attract. You know, the good thing about that is that attracts, I guess you could say, a lot of good-hearted people. And those are the people that we need to make this thing go forward. You know, there's other cryptos out there. You know, it's like they really, I mean, like with this whole ICO thing.
Yes.
You know, there's people that are just, you know, I mean, what can I say that's good about it? You know,
it's greedy.
I mean, I think that the fact that Musicoin is its own blockchain and its own cryptocurrency is something that, if you've been in this area for a long time, you know how important that is. For people that are just getting familiar with cryptocurrency or blockchain as a concept,
yes,
they don't really understand that how profound that is. You know, and so it's kind of up to us to sort of guide them along and get them to understand how this benefits them and the people around them.
Hey, that's exactly what we here for. We here to get you excited about this cryptocurrency.
Here we go.
You know it. That's what we here for, man. And
you're like the MC for MC.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, see, saying that, there might be an MC single coming out. Oh man,
nice.
We might have to. Yeah, we gonna talk. We about to talk on the back end, and we about to put together an MC single. Hit the like button if you love this interview. Hit the like button if you are a creator. Hit the like button if you love listening to music and you definitely want to utilize the blockchain technology to not only benefit from this new ecosystem, but also benefit your favorite musician, artist, rapper, singer, you know, all the different names that we call ourselves.
Yeah.
This is definitely a very exciting platform to be a part of. This is something that I'm looking to focus on, you know, a lot more this year. Last year I focused on a lot more of making videos, doing a lot of interviews, building up this channel and building up this platform. You know, where now this year it's time to drop a crypto album. It's time to do some you know, on Musicoin. Now it's time to drop a crypto album on Musicoin. It's time to release some videos. It's definitely time to show, you know, put the talents to work and show how blockchain technology benefits talented people. And yeah, I'm excited. I think that's pretty much all the questions we tackled. What you think about this interview, my brother?
I loved it. This is awesome. I am 100% down with Crypto Kingz, and I'm telling the Musicoin community to, you know, watch this. And because I think we've explained a lot of the feeling behind Musicoin, you know, and how it's a good thing in the wider terms of music and how that's going to relate, you know. And I think I'm just so glad that you had us here, man.
No, we appreciate you. Make sure the family hit that like button, hit the share to every artist you know. We got to get this platform out there to every artist you know. I don't care if he's mainstream. He could benefit from this too. Tell him to release all his middlemen.
That's right. Yeah, and I don't want to scare away the middlemen either. You know what? Because like let's say there's 200 years of recorded music. Is it 200? I don't know. Like let's see. The first sound recording was 18. So okay, it's not 200, but it's like it's over 100 years.
Oh yeah.
Music is can't do the math right now. I'm a musician. Is you know, there's like over 100 years of music that eventually is going to have to be put on the blockchain.
Yes, yes.
So if you're worried about your job not being around because of blockchain or whatever, that actually it's creating like more stuff for everyone to do. And it's kind of it's bringing the old system up to date, but it's also freeing creativity for our generation and the generations to come. And this is very important. We want to make sure that we maintain the freedom of blockchain, right? Yes. And we don't tie people to the blockchain and chain them there, okay? Like we want to use that distributed ledger and that cryptocurrency to benefit creativity, you know? And if you look at some of the other, and this is a problem that we have in crypto in general, is that if you look at it, you see a lot of these cryptocurrencies, they're trying to band-aid, like they have like this existing industry that's already too complicated. And they're saying with blockchain, we can make this, we can validate all of that and get it to you. Well, no. It's like what we want to do is we want to go forward with making life easier for everybody. And also at the same time, honoring those legacy systems and bringing them up to date. So I want to say it's like, no one is going to be left off of this train. Okay. Yeah. This is, it's what's a Gap Band party train? I guess it's get on the party train. So that's what I'm saying. I'm holding my hand. I got my hand out the window. I'm saying, come on, I'm going to pull you in. All right.
Yes. Look, and that's all love right there, family. I hope we definitely got you excited about this cryptocurrency, this Musicoin platform. You know, like I said, hit the like button, subscribe, make sure you go sign up to Musicoin. There ain't no link in the description. I ain't do none of that. You can go ahead and do it yourself. Let's do it. Let's keep building up this crypto space and continue to build our futures the way that we can do it off of our skills and talents. That's what Crypto Kingz bring to you every time. Peace.
Here we go. Woo.
Yeah.